What's good, YouTube? It's Aiden here. This video is not about my chest, but I just figured I would show you guys a picture, like a view of my chest so far. I'm almost, actually, oh shit. Today is July, August, September, October. 4 months. I didn't even notice that. Cool. 4 months, post-op. So this is my chest right now. The color has faded, like, really, really well. Um, my left side, I believe it is. My left side is definitely thicker than my right side, as you can see. But, they're fading, which is great. Really hoping that as time goes and goes and goes and goes, they'll fade a lot. Been working on my chest a little extra so that you can kind of see how it dips in here. I'm hoping that I can get a nice swoop so that it all kind of is covered. But yeah, so that's my chest so far. Nothing over the top. I'm still not really. I can reach up, wash my armpits, but I'm trying not to. Give myself a good 6 months before I start really stretching out. Yeah, so that was a quick little 4 months post-op. But the real point of this video is I got a message from, I don't want to say his name just because I'm not sure. It's pretty stealth, so I'm not trying to out anybody. But I'll call him Jay. I got this kid Jay. Um, he wrote me a message on a topic which I really liked. He was wondering, he's in his GSA, but he's as a straight male. And his problem is, like, he wants to stand up for, like, gay rights and, like, trans rights, but he doesn't want to be outed at the same time. He wants to be a voice, but he doesn't want to be a spokesperson. You know what I mean? So he doesn't know how to go about being so open and so, trying to spread the word of love and without being like, well, you're spreading the word of love. It's really about trans people. I don't know. This guy might, he might be gay, he might be trans. He's trying not to get that vibe. So, thing is, like, when do you speak up and when do you shut up? You know? Um, I just started this job, and I don't like the word retard, and I don't like the word gay, being used as far as anything. Like, oh, that man, that's so gay, or you look like a fucking retard. You know what I mean? I don't like those words. Um, and the people at my job, it's a very small group, they were using those words. So, I spoke up once. I said, "Wow, you guys use those. You guys use gay a lot," and they were like, "Yeah, yeah, no big deal." So I mentioned it a second time, and I was like, you're using it like I can't, you guys just use it so often, and they were like, yeah, and they were like, is that okay? Like, do you have a problem with it? Not in a mean way, but they were like, do you have a problem? And I said, well, I have, I just kind of lied. I was like, my cousin's gay, and I don't really like that you guys use it in such a negative tone. And they kind of laughed, and I said, no, seriously, I don't. It kind of offends me when you guys use that word, and they kind of, I kind of took it from a joking to like a more serious conversation, and it was the two guys. They were like, it was a Friday, and we were just about to leave, and that's when I mentioned that I don't really like it, and they said, well, over the weekend, I'm gonna try to think of something else to say. They're like, what about stupid or idiot? And I'm like, those are words are fine because you're not talking about a specific group of people. Idiots are just people who are non-educated or stupid. You know what I mean? Um, it's a lot better than saying gay or retarded. You know. Um, so then today, Monday, somebody went to say the word retarded, and he said, "Oh, man, that looks like retarded." And then the other guy was like, "Oh, you can't say that word anymore." And I said, and like, they weren't even, I wasn't even in the conversation, but we're in the same room. So I was like, thanks, guys. I appreciate that you guys are not going to use those words anymore. And they're like, yeah, no problem. It wasn't a big deal. It was just something that I didn't like. I let them know. And then I actually kind of not sat them down, but then I really said, listen, it's not cool. Like, if you're being my presence, don't use those words. I don't appreciate it. And then they took the weekend, and now it seems like it's gonna be in effect. And I'm gonna make sure that if they use it, I'm gonna look at them and be like, hey, what did I say? And they'll probably joke back and say, oh, sorry. You know what I mean? So sometimes you don't have to say I'm trans or I'm gay, but you can say, like if someone's making fun of, another joke they made was like he had all these like he knew all the purses because like a lot of people get purse cakes and stuff, and he knew all the purses, and one of the girls who worked there was like, wow, you must know your purses pretty well, and he laughed and he was like, yeah, well, and I was like, hey man, you want to carry a purse, I'm not gonna judge you, and and he laughed, but I think even though I was joking, I think he knew I was kind of serious. I think he and everybody else there, the girl in the conversation, I think they kind of knew that I'm not gonna judge you. You know what I mean? Like, and something simple like that. Like, I don't think it can be talked in like a funny way, and then I think you can bring it down to a more like, no, but seriously, I don't like that. And I think people kind of understand like, oh, okay, you know, and yeah, maybe they go home and they say the word that's fucking gay and retarded all day. But at least I know that when they're around me, they don't say it. And I think that just opening someone's mind that little bit kind of puts in perspective of, well, hey, if this random dude doesn't like those words, there's probably other random dudes and random chicks that don't like the word either. So, I think you could be a spokesperson without necessarily having to out yourself. And there's other times where people say some dumb shit and maybe they're drinking and maybe they're drunk or maybe it's just not an opportunity for me to say anything. Maybe I don't know them. I try to keep it. I won't say anything if I'm at a bar and someone's wasted and they're saying, oh, you're fucking gay, joking with their buddies. I don't know these people. They're drinking. I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I'm going to get into a fight with people who are drunk. There's no point in fighting with the drunk person, and there's no point of physically fighting with the drunk person either. It's just not a good look. It's not going to end in a well. You're not going to educate anybody. You're just going to get them fired up, and problems are going to, come out from that. So you just balance. When you feel comfortable to stand up, you should. You should. If it's just you and some other person or a few other people, you should stand up, and you should just, if you're nervous that they're gonna think you're gay, be like, listen, my brother's gay, and make up a little something. Oh, my cousin's trans. It was a guy, and now it's a girl. And there's nothing different. I don't see any difference in you and me and her. You know, um, and sometimes people kind of understand that even if they don't believe it, they'll start to respect you when you're there in your space or you guys are sharing space. They'll start to respect it. Also, if you're going to like a trans march or a gay march, you can say like you can put something that says like I support. You don't have to say like trans man. You could put I support, and then put the trans symbol or something. It doesn't have to necessarily you know, say I'm gay, you know? Um, so, there's other ways to get around it without having to be gay or trans. I went to a T-Door event last night and there was tons of gay people there and they all said, they weren't scared of representing because they knew that they weren't trans. And being seen as trans wasn't a big deal to them because they support anyway. But point is you speak up when you feel comfortable. Don't hate yourself because you didn't speak up when you felt like you should. Just use it as an example as to did I feel comfortable standing up, or would I put myself in danger standing up? And if you feel comfortable and you're not putting yourself in danger, you should definitely do it. It's something that we all need to do. Period. That's it. Yeah. So that's my take on it. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to out yourself just to stand up for a community. You know, I don't have to just because I stand up for a woman and I say, oh, she could do it too, just as good as you can, man. Doesn't mean that I'm a woman. You know what I mean? I'm just standing up for equal rights for everybody. I don't care who you are. Um, yeah. So that's it. All right, guys.
Peace.